Hello students, I'm sure you are all on cloud 9. Then let's quickly evoke the previous class. The main topic is 5th unit prose we are learning. The topic is Water, the Elixir of Life, written by Sir C.V. Raman. Okay, here he talks about the importance of water. Okay, what are the main points he talk about here? He talks about the Libyan desert. Okay, one side is desert where no plants, living beings. On the other side, the bank of Nile, they are fully fertile land, full of plants, living beings, ponds, everything we could see, right? So he talks about the difference between these two extremes. Okay, the next point is water. This water gives shapes to this earth, planet. Okay, water only gives shapes to this planet. Then we could find a lot of rain-fed tanks everywhere which preserve water and which gives beauty of this planet. Then most importantly, this water which wash away huge amount of soil into the ocean. That is what the big destruction of this earth. Clear? This is what the main point we discussed in the previous class. Let's continue this in this class. Take the page number at 199. Okay, 190. Yes, when silt laden water mixes with the salt water of the sea, there is rapid precipitation of the suspended water. This can be readily seen when one travels by steamer down a great river to the deep sea. See, when this river gets into the ocean, definitely there is some changes occur. We could find that if you travel with a steamer, okay, into the deep ocean, then color changes occur. The color of the water changes successively from the muddy red. See, usually this rain water, when it mixed with the land, the water become mud. Okay, it changes into the color of yellow, green, then finally blue. Okay, yes, yellow and green finally to the blue on deep sea. That great tract of the land have been formed by silt thus deposited is evident on the examination of the soil in alluvial area. Such land consisting as it does of final divided matter is usually fertile, and see like this huge amount of soil deposited here and there, okay, many places. This sand actually is a fertile one. Okay, it's a fertile one and it's a good soil. Okay, it's good for agriculture. Clear? That's what this paragraph, please read that. The next, the flow of water has undoubtedly played a great part and a beneficent one in the geological process by which the soil on the earth's surface has been formed from the rocks of its crust. Actually, the soil, this sand, it starts from water plays a huge role for this. Okay, and actually we get from the outer crust of the rock. Out of this rain only we get this. Then another destruction is the same water is washed away, taken away into the ocean. Clear? That's what says in this point. The same agency, however, under appropriate condition can also play a destruct part. The same water plays another role, okay, destruct part and wash away the soil which is the foundation of all agriculture. Actually, this soil is good for agriculture, but by this heavy, huge water, it takes away, okay, washed away. And if allowed to proceed unchecked means if we don't stop, okay, can have the most disastrous effect on the life of the country. If we don't stop this, definitely it become a huge disaster, destruction for this country. Okay, then the problem of soil erosion is one of the serious import of various countries and especially in many parts of India. It is the huge problem in various countries, especially in India. Okay, then the countries under which it occurs and the measures by which it can be checked or deserving by the closest study. Nowadays we have to take effort to prevent this, we have to stop this, check this. Okay, that's what says in this point. Then soil erosion occurs in successive steps, the earlier of which may easily pass unnoticed. See, just a rain, in that we don't notice that, right? But the small water, okay, small flow of water definitely take some amount of soil. Okay, if we unchecked, unnoticed this, definitely it's a soil erosion only, right? It leads to soil erosion. Then the cutting up. Then another factor is in the later stages, cutting up and washing away of the earth is only too painful apparent in the formation of deep gullies and ravines, which make all agriculture impossible. See here, another thing is ravines and gullies, both are valleys. Okay, this is another factor. When the water flows, that place, to become pit. Okay, valley, narrow pit. So this is another factor. Then cutting down trees and all, it makes the pit of this land. So it's easy to wash away the water by the soil, okay, by this water. Then sudden burst of excessively heavy rain rustling in the large run of surplus water. The heavy surplus water, it takes a huge amount, or the principal factor in causing soil erosion. This is the main cause of this soil erosion. Then contributory causes are the slopes of the land, removal of the natural protective coat of vegetation, the existence of ruts along with which the water can flow with rapidly gathering momentum. See here, when this place become valleys and gullies, this water, it can easily flow. Okay, the land becomes slope, so easily it can take away the soil. Then cutting down the trees, that also another factor, right? Then rapidly gathering momentum and this absence of any check of such flow. If we don't notice, definitely it happen. Okay. Then incredibly large quantities of precious soil can be washed away if such condition exists, as it too often the case. If it continues like this, definitely huge amount of soil can taken away. Understand? So our planet, our earth become under trouble. Okay, in future living beings suffer in this planet. That is what says clear in this paragraph. Then the menace means damage, which soil erosion presents to the continuance of successful agriculture, is an alarming one in many parts of India, calling urgently for attention and preventive action. Now, he's telling government should get alarm. See, people are feared of the soil erosion. Okay, government have to involve in this and should take some steps to prevent the soil erosion. Then the terracing, and how can we protect this terracing of land, high land? Okay, then construction of bunds, construction of bunds and terracing of land to check the flow of water. We have to notice, often have to eye on it. Okay, check the flow of water, the practice of counter cultivation also one of the main factor. We can control the soil erosion, and the planting of appropriate type of vegetation or the amongst the measure that have been suggested. These are the suggestions put up for this to control the soil erosion. Okay, raising bund, terrace, then counter cultivation, etc. Then it is obvious that the aim should be to check the flow of water at the earliest possible stage before it has acquired any appropriate momentum and correspondingly large destruction power. See, this aim should be, we have to stop at this soil erosion. For this, we have to take some steps to prevent this. Clear? That's what says here. Okay. If we don't check this, definitely it leads to destruction only. Then water is the basis of all life. Actually, water is basis for all living things, right? Then every animal or planet contains substantial proportion of free or combined water in its body, and no kind of physiological activity is possible in which the fluid does not play essential part. This liquid, it is essential for all the living things, animals, human beings, everything. Okay, some amount of essence is necessary. Okay, water is of course necessary for animal life while moisture in the soil. See, it is essential for the animal life as well as it moisture the land. Then only the plants can grow. Clear? Then equally imperative here means must. For the life and growth of plants and trees, though the quantity necessary varies enormously with the species. The quantity of usage of water may vary, okay, as per the plants and small animals, human beings. But the main point is it is essential. This water is essential, but it varies the amount only, the usage. Okay, that may vary, but it is fundamental. It's necessary for all the species. The conservation and utilization of water is thus fundamental for human welfare. Then moreover, it is fundamental. The conservation, preservation of water and utilization, these are very important. Okay, which is fundamentally for human welfare. Apart from artesian water, that fountain, okay, we get this well, that is what. Apart from this artesian water, we get water from this, the ultimate source of all cases in rain and snowfall. From this sources we get, apart from this artesian water. Clear? Then much of Indian agriculture depends on seasonal rainfall. See, actually agriculture, for this agriculture we all rely on the seasonal rainfall. Okay, then and therefore very sensitive to any failure or irregularity of the same. The problem of soil erosion of the sea, if we don't get this rainfall regularly, definitely the agriculture affected. For that we have to preserve water. Understand? Then we can make use of for plantation, agriculture, everything, right? Then and the problem of soil erosion and of inadequate or irregular rainfall, this also another factor, are closely connected with each other. This irregular rainfall and soil erosion, these are closely connected. Okay, it is clear that adoption of techniques preventing soil erosion, which would also help to conserve and keep the water where it is wanted. In other words, on in the sense over the land, okay, in under artesian water. Okay, the soil and such techniques therefore serve doubtful purposes. Okay, double purpose. Here, this preservation of water on the earth or under this, okay, in or on this artesian water, then this rainfall tanks, pond, pool, river. So if we preserve, then dam, we preserve water, definitely we can use this irregularity of rainfall. Understand? So it's a double use for us. Then next point, it is evident, however, that in a country having only a seasonal rainfall, an immense quantity of rainwater must necessarily run off the ground. See, this usually, obviously we can see this, isn't it? While rainfall, huge amount of water as well as soil is wasted, right? It's directly go into the ocean. Okay, ocean, it's full of salt water. So all this pure water, rainwater, it's wasted. So we have to prevent that. The collection and utilization of this water is therefore the vital importance. Very vital, very important. Okay, to preserve this pure water. Okay, then much of it flows down into the stream and rivers. Maximum it's flows into the river, right, or stream. It joined together and finally it reaches to the where ocean, right, finds its way into the ocean, sea. Okay, incredibly large quantities of the precious fluid are thus lost to the country. So it is a big loss for our country, right, because this much huge amount of water is wasted. Fine. Then the harnessing of our rivers. Harnessing means connecting of all the rivers. Okay, the waters of which now mostly run to waste is a great national problem. It is a national problem. Run to waste. This water, it's wasting. So it's a become a national problem which must be considered and dealt with on national lines. Government definitely have to involve in that and have to take some steps to preserve water. Okay, vast area of land which at present are merely scrub jungle could be turned into fertile and prosperous country by courageous and well planned action. For this, to preserve this and to protect from this soil erosion, this scrub jungle in a bare land. Okay, so these are the land we can plant. Okay, cultivate it and plant it. So with that we could protect this soil erosion, as well as we can save water, preserve water also. Okay, so for this government should take steps forward, this courageous steps and well planned action. Clear? Then closely connected with the conservation of water supplies is the problem of afforestation. See, deforestation, cutting down trees. Afforestation, plantation, huge number of trees. Okay, the systematic planting of suitable trees in every possible or even in impossible area. See, we have to plant trees. Okay, as per the land we have to plant many trees. Okay, afforestation, which helps us. Then, and the development of what one can call civilized forest, civilized man-made forest. Okay, then is distinguished from the wild and untamed jungle. We can differentiate this wild jungle and untamed barren. Okay, then is one of the most urgent needs of India. So this land we have to turn into what is cultivated one. Okay, we have to plant many trees. We have to make use of all this land and plant these trees. That's what says. Such plantation would directly and indirectly prove source of untold wealth to the country. This source, this plantation definitely helps for the country. It is benefit for our government and country also. They would check soil erosion and conserve the rainfall of the country from flowing away to waste. See, this plantation, definitely control the soil erosion and it control the water flowing, unwantedly flowing, okay, away to waste, and would provide the necessary supplies of cheap fuel. We get fuel and definitely countryside people get benefits out of this fuel. Okay, then and thus rent unnecessary the wasteful conversion of farmyard manure into form a fuel. This fuel definitely helps. Okay, it is useful. So we get this country, it gets a benefit out of this plantation. Clear? Then the measures necessary to control the movement of water and conserve the supplies of it can also serve subsidiary purposes of value to the life of the countryside. As I said, this plantation, this we get manure, then these are the things definitely used for this countryside people. Okay, then by far the cheapest form of internal transport in a country is by boat and by the sea. Usually we give importance for land transport, road, right, than this water transport. Actually water transport is the cheapest one, so we have to pay much more attention on it and we have to develop. Definitely this countryside people get benefit out of it. Okay, see, water transport uses this boat, barges also flat kind of boat. Okay, through channels and rivers. We could use this rivers, channels and all. We hear much about programs of rail and road construction. We often hear this road construction and rail construction, but for too little about the development of internal waterways in India. In our India, they don't give much priority for this water transport. If we give that, definitely this country get benefits out of it. Clear? Then again the harnessing of water supplies usually also makes possible the development of hydroelectric power. See, when we connect all this river, stream, everything, we can get electric, okay, out of this water. Definitely by this countryside people get benefits, okay. That's what's the hydroelectric power. The availability of electric power would make a tremendous difference to the life of the country. From this countryside people get tremendous benefits out of this. Okay, then and enable rural economy to be improved and various directions. This economic level also improved in a various direction. Clear? Read this. Then in one sense, water is the commonest of liquids. See, when we just take it for granted, okay, one sense we take it, see, it is a commonest for liquids. On the other sense, it is the most uncommon of liquids with amazing properties which are responsible for its unique power of maintaining animal and plant life. See, we just get the water, nearly get this water, isn't it? But at the same time, it's a elixir for all the living beings. Actually, this water is the elixir for the living, all the living beings and plants for this earth. Clear? That's what it says here. Liquids with amazing properties which are responsible for its unique power of maintaining animal and plants. See, already initially we have seen that, right? That a difference of desert and river bank, huge difference. The desert, we cannot find even a single plant, right? On the other side, fertile land full of plants, water, and it's a beautiful, the water gives beauty of this land. Clear? So we have to preserve this water. That's very, very important. Then the investigation of the nature and the properties of water is the scientists, still they are researching in this area. Okay, therefore of highest scientific interest and is far from exhausted field of researchers. They didn't stop, they never and ever exhausted, meaning here tired for this research. They're still moving on to this and they are finding out lot of facts, okay, then helps to this government to take some prevention steps forward. Do you understand? This is what this lesson. Please go through this and to learn the question answers. Okay. Then one fact is given. Do you know? See, the great specific garbage patch. See here, garbage waste. Whenever you could see that maximum people, when they visit this seashore side, okay, beach side, they just eat ice cream or whatever things, snacks, whatever it's, they just eat it and throw all the waste, plastic, papers, everything into the ocean, right? See, just we throw it there and we move away. See, we are just throwing it, isn't it? But this into the ocean, lot of fish, a lot of living things are there. These are the things affecting. Okay, so please avoid this. That is, it is the world's largest collection of floating trash. This plastic and all, it never get inside, okay, it never decay. So it's just a float. These water bottles, everything, okay, net, everything. So definitely this insects and this animals affect out of this. Then it is the Pacific Ocean between Hawaii and California and is often described as larger than Texas. These places are usually described larger than this Texas and the place. Texas is a kind of place, okay. Then approximately 7 million tons of plastic and other debris up to 9 feet deep are floating. See, 7 million tons of plastic, okay, these are floating. Where? In the ocean. Just to think about it. Huge amount of fish, different kinds of creatures in the ocean. These are the things affecting, okay, by this plastics. They don't know, right? Yes, then by estimation 80% of the plastic originate from the land. See, 80% of the plastic originated from our land. Okay, it's just floating into the ocean. Then floating in rivers to the ocean, and yeah, this small stream, river, finally it get into the ocean. Okay, then all the waste, whatever waste we have, everything we put into the water. Everything finally reach into the ocean, so that animals affect, okay, all the fishes and all. If you watch Discovery Channel, you could find, you get more awareness of this, so please try to avoid such things. The remaining 20% of the plastic originated from oil platform and ships. Rest of the 20% from these oil, okay, the making of ship, these are the oil type of plastic that waste get into the ocean. Then these trash piles are the biggest threat to the sea animal. These are the trashes biggest threat for this ocean. Clear? So please try to avoid throwing all these trashes into the ocean, and just collect it and keep it aside. Clear? That is what this ocean. Please read it 2-3 times and complete all this question answers and book back exercises, glossary part also learn that. Read it. Okay, thank you. Meet you in the next class.